an unbelievable deer.
You caught him.
When your passion is hunting giant whitetails and producing episodes week after week to showcase these trophy class deer that we all dream about, saying that things can get busy here is an understatement. But regardless of how busy things get, we never lose focus on the most important and funnest part of the outdoors, which is spending time afield with our families. Now, whether it's summer scouting, setting up, or hunting all fall, our kids are usually right there with us, so we can give them the opportunity that our parents gave us to develop a love for the tradition of hunting. So that's what we're going to do this week. We're going to take a break from focusing on the inches of antlers and stories of big old bucks, so we can share with you what hunting really means to us.
So, did you have a good time? Listen, Daddy had a great time with you.
Big bucks and records mean nothing when you experience the fulfillment of spending time in the field with kids and get to watch in amazement as they learn the things about the hunting lifestyle that we sometimes take for granted. There may be a lot more preparation, patience, and spooking of game when young kids are there, but there's always another buck to chase and another day to scout, and the experience and memories that we've made with our children over the years in the deer woods is priceless.
No, there were two little squirrels. No, I squirrels on the roof, and they were just fighting.
They were running back and forth, eh?
Yeah, they did this. They were having a race up there.
Race?
No, a fighting race like this. Just almost like punching, except it's a fighting race.
How many deer did we see?
One. 3.
No.
No, too many.
Oh. Well, thanks for coming out with us, kids.
You want to hold his head up? You got her, hey? Any deers in there?
Mm-hmm.
Is there?
No, they're running around.
That's why we hunt whitetails, right? No, they're too silly, right? Looks like a donkey.
They jump silly.
They're just plain silly. Kids are with us right from scouting to setting up much more often than we have time to show in episodes. But this week we're going to take the time to share just that. And this year was no different. The kids were on us to get out and get set up so they could hunt come fall.
We'll be right back with more television. Television. I know, I said that.
Could you try one more time before there's a big fight?
Well, we were set up and ready, and come opening day, the kids were adamant that they get to go hunting first. So Jason headed over to pick up me and my daughter to head out to sit for the evening.
We buckled in?
Yep.
Just got home off the bus, got the homework done. We are headed to ground line, got a good wind. We'll try to crossbow hunt tonight. And we'll see if we can see a buck, and if not, I got a doe tag for that area too, so.
We headed out for the evening, dropping Jason and his kids off at the blind that we had set up earlier.
I think you can be quiet. Yeah, whatever. As they get older, it's way better because they can do little things like this. I wonder how Dean and Taylor are making out. They're not gonna shoot nothing, are they? What do you think, bud? Are they gonna get one? What? They don't know how to hunt. Just getting prime time now. The sun is just setting on top of the trees there. Deer should start to be moving there pretty soon, eh?
It doesn't take long for the deer to start moving by the kids' blind, and the question is how much patience there will be to pass on some of these deer. And when you have 2 young kids in the blind, the amount of patience available is usually pretty low. And when this big doe turned broadside, well, Jason was given his instruction that it was time to shoot.
She's down. I'm glad you guys got your homework done and could come with me tonight. We were waiting for a big buck, but when I saw that big mature doe come in, that's pretty cool, eh?
And I didn't even bring my good luck charm bracelet.
That's why we didn't see a big buck, Bailey.
Oh, here's someone, Mommy.
Other side. Good job, Bay. Oh yeah, good eye, bud. You know what? I gotta thank you guys for coming along with that. I had an awesome time. And I look forward to doing it again, right? Right on. We got some cheese smokies. She's a nice one, hey bud?
Yeah.
Taylor and I had been hunting as well when we had gotten the news that they had a deer down, so we headed over to pick them up and have a look for ourselves.
Okay.
I got out of the blind just the shade early to come and see. What did you guys see tonight? What happened to your face? What? You had face paint on and you didn't even get a deer tonight? No. What?
How many deer did we see? I think that was the spot you picked.
Did you see a deer?
No deer, and we were on high alert for deer and Bigfoots.
Oh, Bigfoots too. Oh well, you didn't get a deer? Come and look at the one that we got here. You think it's okay? You think you guys can get one like that sometime?
Bigger.
What?
Bigger.
Bigger than this? It'll never happen.
That's why we didn't shoot, right? Because we wait for big ones. Well, that first night, Jason and his kids tagged out on a doe. But that same night, my daughter quickly informed me that this year she was sticking it out with me for a big buck. And I was set up for just such a deer, knowing that hunting with my daughter from a tree and for a buck would definitely be a new challenge. Well, September 9th, Richie is running the camera and we're still scouting. We just got to stand all brushed in here. We got in here late, but that's because the landowner asked us not to come in until about the 10th of September when he got his cattle out of here. So we got in here, we got it all set up. There's a channel that runs through here, across the fence out to the alfalfa. It's a great spot. We've been watching from across the alfalfa quite a few nights this summer, and there's a couple good looking bucks that we want to get a look at. So we're set up and ready to hunt. Well, the double stand that you see me setting up earlier was set up for an ancient old 8-pointer, and that was the deer that my daughter decided that we were going to go after. So day 2 found us heading back in, with me wondering what it was going to take to get it done from a tree, with me, my daughter, all of our gear, a cameraman, and of course snacks. The buck, simply put, was a giant 8, and he was an old deer that we'd had multiple encounters with over the years. Wide with great tines, this was the deer that my daughter wanted us to hunt. We'll give it a try. We got snacks, drink, Disney on the radio, harnesses, cameraman, 3 extra cameras. Taylor is going to run a camera. Are you going to run a camera? And it's never going to work anyway, but we'll go try. It'll be fun. One thing you'll notice if you take a kid hunting, that taking snacks might make a little bit of movement while they eat them. It also keeps their mouth very busy from talking.
Does it wash up with water?
It never comes off. So we get snacks. What else do we need? You got your notepad? Should we bring that?
Yes.
Yeah. Why?
That's so you can shoot a deer.
That's right. Bring the Excalibur. An evening in the deer stand can make a little girl pretty sleepy, and after only seeing a few does at night, we knew that we'd have to come back another day. When getting packed up to head out, well, I didn't know that Rich was still filming, and he caught a rather interesting conversation between myself and my daughter.
We're gonna watch Finding Bigfoot. I'm kind of scared that they're real.
There's no Bigfoots. You know why?
They said that they thought that they seen Bigfoot, and it actually looked like they actually seen Bigfoot.
If they seen Bigfoot, I'd hunt Bigfoot.
A slow start to the night was interrupted by a porcupine, which my daughter instantly was inquiring as to if he would charge us in the tree. And shortly after settling that we were in no immediate danger, the deer began to move. Again, after a slow evening, we packed up to head out, me wondering just how many days in the tree my little girl would last, waiting for an encounter with the old buck. It was now November, and we're heading in for Taylor's 12th day in the tree stand. And I was already surprised that she had lasted this long, although I noticed that she was starting to get a hint of impatience. My answer to how many days that she would last came on day 12, when this big doe walked out. Well, after 12 days in the tree hunting the old 4x4, I got the nudge when this big doe stepped out, and I was quickly given my instructions that it was time to get it done and shoot a deer. Well, who was I to argue with my little girl? Welcome back. Before the break, on day 12 of our hunt for a big old buck, well, I just received instruction from my daughter that we were going to take this big doe.
Hey,
Can I text Mommy and say deer down?
can you text Mommy that the deer's down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we'll just sit quiet for a minute, okay?
Okay. But I'm texting her.
Okay.
You found it. We're pretty lucky you were here to find the doe. You know, we film week in and week out, getting 13 episodes every year of giant, deer that we all dream about, and it's pretty important to kind of take a break from that and just sit in the stand and do whatever that the boss tells you to do and have some fun. It's November 2nd, so the pockets were right full of Halloween candy tonight. But we had fun, and you know what? I think our doe is definitely bigger than Jason's doe.
Hello?
We got a bigger doe than you.
It's bigger.
Yeah,
How is it bigger?
because we looked at it.
Oh, I don't think I'm not there to defend myself, so I can't be bigger.
It's
I
bigger.
think we got the biggest one in the woods.
Nope, we got the bigger one.
Oh, well, good for you.
We done?
Yeah.
Packed up, we can go?
Yeah.
Okay.
And show mommy.
What was that?
Mommy.
Oh, I thought you did a little dance here.
No.
Well, I know, and I appreciate that you tune in to Canadian Whitetail every week to see the stories of those big old bucks that we all love. But I just couldn't help taking a break to share with you what means so much more to us than chasing that next record book buck, and that's sharing our passion and spending time afield with our kids.
Thanks for watching this week's Canadian Whitetail, and I promise I'll let my daddy get back to filming giant bucks next week.